All right, everyone, big win for checks and balances today. The U.S. Court of International Trade just ruled that Trump's sweeping global tariffs were illegal. So what happened and why now? Hi, I'm Craig from the Cooler Conversations podcast, where Mike and I, two guys on opposite sides of the political spectrum, unpack hot topics with cool heads and a cooler full of drinks and strong opinions. So make sure you hit follow and join us live every Friday night. All right, let's talk about how we got here. Trump used something called the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, or IEEPA, to justify broad tariffs on countries around the world. But here's the thing. IEEPA is meant for national emergencies, not trade policy. It's designed for narrowly targeted sanctions during real crises, not blanket tariffs on imports from Europe, Asia, and beyond just because you're mad about trade deficits. And before you think this was a partisan decision, the three-judge panel was a mix. One judge appointed by Biden, one by Bush, and one by Trump himself, making it a decision that cuts across political lines. Now, you might be thinking, didn't Trump already use tariffs in his first term? Why are these being blocked now? And that's a great question. The difference is scale and scope. The first wave of Trump tariffs, like the ones on China, were challenged, but courts gave some leeway, arguing national security or targeted retaliation. This time, we're talking about across-the-board tariffs affecting virtually every U.S. industry that relies on global supply chains. That's what kicked off the lawsuit. States, companies, and industries hit hardest said enough is enough. This wasn't about ideology. It was business leaders saying these tariffs are hurting us, not helping. And the court agreed. So what does this mean for businesses and consumers? Well, for starters, the ruling, if it stands, will lead to the rollback of several tariffs, lowering prices on affected goods. The administration is already planning to appeal, which means the legal battle is far from over. But if that appeal fails, companies might even seek refunds for tariffs they've already paid, creating a ripple effect in the market. And I've said it before. Tariffs can be a useful tool if they're used in a targeted way, especially if we're trying to reshore supply chains in key industries like semiconductors, automotive, clean energy, or AI. But that has to be paired with smart policy, government incentives, and investment. You can't just slap tariffs on the world and expect America to magically start making and manufacturing all the things. These broad reciprocal tariffs, that's not a strategy, that's punishment. And the courts just ruled it was an abuse of power. So bottom line, it's not just about trade. It's about the balance of power. And today the court said that the president can't bypass Congress and declare a global economic emergency to rewrite trade policy. Checks and balances, people on both sides should appreciate that they're still working as the framers designed them to. But I want to hear what you think. So let's keep the cooler conversations going and put your take in the comments, and then make sure you follow us for more.